Hi, Sally. I'm just wondering, as a leadership expert, an author, and a speaker, I'm sure you have plenty to say on this topic. So, how does building self-confidence and reframing self-talk actually influence how you lead and are perceived?
Oh, I love this. And because I think confidence is a big issue that only when does people feel safe, when leaders feel safe, will they actually talk about it. Yeah. So leaders with grounded confidence, I think they project calm and authority and they inspire the fellowship that they need, and especially in uncertain times. When COVID hit and I lost all my work, I actually went searching, I actually Googled confidence, and a few weeks later came away with a certificate in confidence coaching. And one of the things that I learned in that course, and this is not a joke, I am a certified confidence coach, but one of the things that I learned in this course was this word certainty. And I think for leaders, and especially women in leadership who get kind of a rough end of the stick when they get accused of being confident or assertive, and that's not quite said as a compliment. But I think when women in leadership have certainty, they're certain that they have got a team who are capable. They are certain that we have no idea what we need to do next, but certain we can work it out. That's confidence. So I really think that when we do work on that confidence and that certainty, then we are going to be the voice of calm, especially in tough times. And then linking that to reframing that self talk, because those two go hand in hand, confidence and self talk. Reframing self talk helps you to take that bold action and to make decisions without sort of second guessing yourself or the other one, playing small. Your self talk absolutely shows up in your tone, in your presence, in your decision making, in the way you walk, in when you are camera on with your team or you're actually walking tall into the room. That all lines up and talks to your leadership brand. So I really feel that when confidence and self talk are aligned really well, they are key influences to how you lead and what people say about you as a leader. What about you, Amanda? What role does self talk play in how we show up mentally and emotionally each day?
I love conversations about self-talk because to me, self-talk is like a behind-the-scenes narrator of your like day-to-day life. And let's be honest, some of us actually need a narrator who, needs a pep talk of their own sometimes. So there's a lot of different ways that our self-talk, and we live in a very negative society. So oftentimes our self-talk, it has a negative tone to it. And so we've got to just be very mindful of that. And we need to do some mental reframing. And what mental reframing is you have to pay attention to the story that you're actually telling yourself, your internal dialogue. It really sets the tone for how you interpret pretty much everything around you. If your self-talk's critical, then if people from the outside are talking to you, you might perceive that to also be negative. Whereas if your self-talk's positive, depending on what someone's saying from the outside, you might actually believe that to be positive. So it's like starting your day with a motivational coach or a grumpy troll, right? One opens a door, the other one blocks them. So those are, some of the small ideas of how this actually shapes us. The reality is emotional regulation. When we look at emotional regulations, feelings typically follow thoughts. So I have a thought and then it develops a physiological kind of feeling within me. Self-talk acts as an emotional amplifier. So negative self-talk can intensify anxiety and shame and depression and hopelessness. Whereas positive self-talk, which I'd highly recommend for a whole bunch of people, helps calm the nervous system. It regulates emotional spikes. So you're not like doing this throughout the day. It's more of a this. So it doesn't mean, being fake. It just means speaking to yourself like someone that cares for you. And I think if we all took a step back and go, if I was honestly listening to the words coming through my head, is this how I'd speak to my best friend? And if not, why are you speaking to yourself that way? So I've handled worse. I can cope. I will be able to do this, as opposed to I don't know what I'm doing. This is just going to go to pot, da 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 da. So There's a lot of things that we need to consider when it comes to self-talk. And I guess the bottom line is what I want you to understand is that self-talk is a script that your mind performs every single day. Make it a script worth showing up for. Practice noticing it, practice rewriting it if necessary. Practice speaking it to yourself. Say it out loud in front of a mirror, as though someone who like loves you. Those are the things to be very mindful of.
Wow. If today's conversation resonated with you and you're ready to reconnect, to reset and rise in both your leadership and well-being, then Rise and Renew Retreat is exactly where you need to be. Let's show you what it's all about.
What if I told you there's a 3-day retreat in Bali made just for women in leadership? A space where you can breathe, reflect, and realign with what truly matters. This is not simply time away. This is your turning point. You carry the weight of responsibility every single day. You're the one people turn to, the one who keeps everything moving. But behind the scenes, the stress builds, the clarity fades, and slowly, the spark that once drove you begins to dim. You deserve more than just a moment of rest. You deserve a full reset. Rise and Renew is a transformational retreat set in the heart of Ubud, Bali. It's a safe, intentional space created for women like you. Women who lead, women who give, women who are ready to reconnect with their purpose. Our Rise and Renew retreat will help you strategize with fresh clarity, discover your next chapter with confidence, learn from respected women leaders who understand your path. No corporate jargon, no pressure, just real conversations, expert-led mindset work, leadership workshops, self-care sessions, nourishing food, and a powerful circle of women who get it. You will leave with more than reclaimed calm. You will leave with a plan, with purpose, with a confident mindset, ready to lead with greater and renewed intention. This retreat is intentionally intimate for deep connection and real transformation. Spots are limited. Secure your spot now at riseandrenew.com.au.